starting at what is undoubtedly the most spectacular building of the ancient world, the Great Pyramid. We'll take you into the Bazaar of Cairo, which is perhaps the most colorful place, the most exotic, the most interesting and unusual shopping mall you'll ever walk through. This mall is about 1,000 years old. And we'll be devoting over 10 minutes of today's program to a real in-depth walk through the Khan el-Khalili. We'll also take you shopping with our Hawaii group, and we'll have some fine dining, starting with the incredible Pyramid Complex. It's the only monument from the great wonders of the ancient world still standing. Driving to the pyramid, you pass many other interesting sights and structures, and you can even take a horse or camel ride in the neighborhood. You could take a short ride for 5 or 10 minutes for a photo opportunity, or you can get serious and take a 3-hour ride into the desert and see some other ancient monuments along the way. The neighborhood of the pyramids in Giza was a complex consisting of 80 ancient buildings. Of course, the most important buildings are the 3 Great Pyramids, the Pyramid of Cheops being the largest of all. And here we have the second largest, the Pyramid of Khafre, and look closely at the top. You'll see the original limestone smooth casing that originally covered the entire pyramid, as well as the Great Pyramid. The white limestone was stripped away during historic times to build many of the structures in Cairo and the bridges that crossed the Nile. Most unfortunate that that desecration took place, but the pyramids themselves remain standing. The Great Pyramid has 2.3 million stone cubic blocks made out of limestone and granite. And the visitor can actually go inside the pyramids. The Great Pyramid and the smallest of the 3 pyramids allow visitors for a token admission fee, and it's well worth it. Here we're going in the smallest of the 3 pyramids, and there's a fascinating character inside who leads you through and brings you down through these chambers and tunnels and passageways. Each of the 3 Great Pyramids was a burial tomb for a single king or pharaoh. And inside this tomb, the original marble sarcophagus was found, and then it was lost at sea as it was being hauled off to Europe. Our attendant was trying to bargain with me. He wanted to trade a herd of camels for my wife.
Cairo. I give you 5 million camels.
10 million.
Yes, no. Look, upstairs, original entrance. Upstairs, original entrance. Up, original entrance, down, a new entrance. This original, 5,000 years ago, down Cleopatra. Come on, King.
As you descend deeper and further underground into the lower tomb crypt, you might reflect on the irony that despite the great length these pharaohs went to build a huge pyramid to guard their treasures and their bodies in their tombs, the looters got in there anyway, and there was no treasures found in later times when explorers went inside the pyramids. They're all gone. Outside the pyramid is a lively commercial hawker's dream. They'll sell you little pyramids, they'll take your picture, and then they don't give your camera back until you give them an extra large tip. They'll sell you turbans, shirts, galabeas, anything for sale outside the pyramid. But the main thing you wanted to bring back is memories and a great snapshot. Despite many theories about the pyramids, mysteries remain, but certain things are known. They were built about 4,500 years ago. They were built as tombs for the pharaohs. They were probably constructed by the citizens of the country, not by slaves, but by regular citizens who were being paid by the government during the off-agricultural season when their labor was not needed in the fields. And they stand today as the greatest landmarks of the ancient world. There's also the riddle of the Sphinx. What does it represent? Nobody knows, so you can use your own imagination. It's the largest, oldest statue to survive on the planet.
The Egyptian always chose a high site to build the tomb of the pharaoh. Sometimes the flooding of the Nile would be so high so as to threaten this area. 300,000 blocks of limestone were employed in the construction of the pyramid. Here, the Giza Plateau is one of the strongest sites in all of Egypt, and that's why these pyramids do not have foundations. What you see there is what you see. There's nothing below this ground. There's no foundation for this tomb. Now you've got a complete pyramid, or a true pyramid, so you can see how architecture has developed.
Local school groups also visit these sites to learn about their own heritage, including the mysterious Great Sphinx. Been standing here for at least as long as the pyramid, perhaps a little longer. There's still a lot of questions that are not known about ancient Egyptian history. And then we go on one of the more fun experiences here in Cairo, in Giza. A pyramid ride on the camels. This is a lot of fun. And it's quick and easy. You want to be careful with these camel drivers, though, to negotiate a fair price ahead of time. And with our guide Dina, that was no problem. So it's a great photo op for us. A lot of fun to be bouncing along on these ungainly beasts. The ships of the desert. They can go 30 miles a day, every day. But, well, for us, it's just a shorter trip. Very scenic trip with the 3 pyramids and 3 camels. Wow. What a photo op. And then we begin our tour at the ancient Egyptian site of Memphis.
You're going to see that actually very little remains of the ancient site of Memphis. You can see that Ramses is represented with all the features of royalty. He's wearing the double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt. He's got a cobra at his forehead in the state of defense, as if protecting him from evil spirits. He's got that smile on the face. He knows something we don't know. You'll notice also that the king has pierced ears, and that was very common in ancient Egypt for kings to wear earrings. And then you can see the royal beard strapped around the chin.
And next we move on to the world's first pyramid at Saqqara, which was the world's first large stone building.
The architect who built this complex, his name was Imhotep, which means he who is at peace. This was a genius, because not only was he skilled in mathematics, but he had great knowledge in astrology and in medicine. He became the father of medicine for the ancient Egyptians. So Imhotep, he wanted to make something new for his king, for King Zoser. So he built this entire complex, which became unique. You can see this is a pyramid consisting of 6 unequal steps, rising to a height of about 204 feet. So these steps that you see are solid completely. It was built to be a ladder for the king's soul, or a staircase for the king's soul to ascend to heaven towards that one God in heaven, Ra. Okay? And this is a very unique structure. Nothing has ever appeared like this again.
A tasty lunch at the deluxe Oberoi Hotel. Now we're going to plunge into the heart of downtown to the Khan el Khalili, which is the great Egyptian bazaar in the heart of old Cairo. This was originally an old medieval walled city, and only a few of the gates still remain from the Middle Ages. Instead, we have a lively, very contemporary, bustling marketplace, and it's just a fun place to go shopping, and you don't even have to really buy anything. Just walking along and looking at the sights will entertain you to no end. You can pick up some spices if you like. It's quite all right to bring those home. And it's very safe and friendly here.
Very interesting. Which country are from?
America.
Oh, United States of America. Oh, there is USA. There is 1996.
Egyptians genuinely like Americans. They enjoy meeting you and talking with you, and many of them, especially here in a marketplace scenario, speak some English. We'll show you a little bit of it here. We've shown you more of Cairo and other programs, and we'll come back again in the future World Traveler. But certainly the Khan el Khalili is one of the highlights of Cairo.